What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome back to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursday. I have 4 more returns that I have in the mail that I'm going to share with you. One actually has a return address sticker on there, so I know exactly who it is. But this is, I guess, kind of a difficult episode to shoot because one of these gentlemen, I've already opened this envelope up, and one of these gentlemen passed away about 2 weeks after I sent this letter to him. These are autographed. He signed these, and about 2 weeks after I got these back in the mail, I saw that Mr. Raydon had passed away. So when I saw the return on this, I opened it up and I thought, oh boy, you know, there it is. And Mr. Curt Raydon played for the Pirates for only a couple seasons. I believe 1958, maybe 59. And that was his only time in the majors, and I happened to have these 2 cards of him in my collection, and when I was going through them a couple months ago, I decided that I would send Mr. Raydon an autograph request. These were postmarked late February, and Mr. Raydon passed away shortly thereafter. So I'm very sad to announce that, you know, he is no longer with us, and my condolences go out to his family. Thank you very much, Mr. Raydon, for signing these cards for me. You'll always be remembered in the history of baseball, and thank you very much for letting me have a piece of history by having your autograph before you passed away. At the end of this year, obviously I will include him in my in memoriam baseball video, but sometimes when you write individuals that played during this era of sports, you know, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever you like to collect, sometimes you don't get your requests back because they pass away. I've had numerous requests throughout the year that I've sent to people, and I would wait month after month after month not getting a return from them. You know, and these were people that were known successful signers, and then I would get a letter from one of their children or their spouse or somebody in their family saying, I'm sorry, but my father passed away on, you know, whatever day, and here are your cards back. I have a few letters that I still, you know, keep as keepsakes, not that they're really worth anything to anybody, but I just keep those in my collection, and I reuse the self-addressed stamped envelope if they're returned to sender, of course, but sometimes I don't even see them come back. So Mr. Raydon, it is very, very sad for me to, you know, shoot this video knowing that you're no longer with us, and you will always be remembered, you know, as a Pittsburgh Pirate and in the history of baseball. So 2 of 2 from Mr. Curt Raydon. Alright, so moving on. Getting off the sad stuff. Got a couple more here. I'm going to open this one. This one is also postmarked North Texas. And that is, looks like 5 of 5 of Mr. Claude Osteen. Oh, darn it. And unfortunately, the one that I wanted signed the most got a nice smudge on it. That's a shame. I had Von Joshua sign this card already, and I sent that to Mr. Osteen to get it signed, and looks like he signed it in a Sharpie and didn't let it dry before he shoved it back in the envelope. Well, that's unfortunate. I know I have another copy of that card, but I don't have another copy of the Von Joshua on it, and Looks like he signed 5 of 5, and the rest of them turned out perfectly okay. Just not that one, darn it. There's the infamous Topps game card, blueback. Definitely love these old Topps game cards. I remember watching a video not too long ago that somebody had a complete set of these. Pretty impressive. Another YouTuber. Pretty nice collection. These cards. There's actually a new set out there. Box toppers that they redid these. You know, Topps Heritage or whatever. I don't know what brand it was. But very happy to get 5 of 5 back from Mr. Osteen. Unfortunately, the dual one got a little smeared. I would have rather, you know, had one of these get smeared than that one. But that's the risk you take sometimes when you write people through the mail. But everything else is Bluetooth signed, and Mr. Osteen is a very, very good Dodgers pitcher. He pitched on the Dodgers when they had the Koufax and Drysdale staff, and he stuck around with them for many years after that. But he was actually in the trade for Frank Howard. I did not know that. That's how he became a Dodger. So 20-game winner, almost 200 wins for his career. But on the other side of that coin, he's almost got 200 losses for his career. So a pretty good 50-50 pitcher for many years. Good lefty. Stuck around for a long time, then obviously went into coaching after his, you know, playing career. And thank you very much, Mr. Osteen, for adding those 5 to my collection. All right, this next one is postmarked from Florida, so we will see where that one comes from. And that is Mr. Leo Gomez. Mr. Gomez returned 3 of 4, and I know that he kept one because it was actually the one that I was trying to collect a set for, so that's kind of a bummer. Luckily I have another copy of that card, but I guess I should have sent both of them and said you can keep one and send one back if I really wanted one back for my set. So, it's unfortunate, but sometimes that's the risk you take when you're trying to, you know, collect your sets through the mail. Sometimes if you send an oddball card to somebody, they say, hey, I don't have that one, and they keep it for themselves. So, 3 of 4 back from Leo Gomez. He was a pretty good ball player for the Orioles for a few seasons. I'm not sure if he played anywhere else after he played for the Orioles, but you know, he was a pretty good third baseman for a little while for the Orioles, and very happy to add those 3 to my collection. Never gotten them before. Maybe we'll have to try them again with that other copy of that card and see what happens. This next one is from former Minnesota Twins manager and player John Goryl. So I'm going to open this up off camera here, just so I don't shake the camera around too much again. Done that plenty of times. And it looks like he signed 4 of 4. 1, 2 as a manager and 2 as a player. So Mr. Goryl played for the Twins, obviously in the 1960s. He was their manager for a brief time period. I don't think he was their manager very long because, as many as you know that grew up in the 1980s, Tom Kelly was the manager of the Twins for a long time. So this must have been before Tom Kelly was actually on the Twins management staff. Possibly he was a coach at that time, I'm not sure. But Mr. Goryl signed 4 of 4 for me. Very happy to add these to my collection as well. A couple vintage and a couple manager cards from the late 70s, early 80s. Goryl, I don't think played very long as a player. Let's see what the back of the card here says. Kind of messed up my sign there, didn't I? Let's see, he played 278 games as a major leaguer, lifetime 225 hitter. So very happy to add those to the collection. Pretty nice stack of autographs in total that we got back here from everybody. And again, my condolences go out to the Raydon family on their loss of Mr. Raydon. So thank you for watching another episode of Through the Mail Thursdays. I look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future. Thanks. Bye.